I need to at least get one of these done because I still have to record more Xenoblade. And even that's a doozy. This is Mega Man NG, and I welcome you guys back with another TMNT Season 2 of 2000, or rather, TMNT 2012 Season 2 episode review. Today we talk about Episode 5, Mikey Gets Shellacne, and this one is one part funny, one part good. So here's the deal, I'll provide a summary as well as some of the main points that I liked. Let's get started, because I'm pretty much running on the clock. It starts like any other normal day with the turtles ready for breakfast. Until Mikey screams his lungs out. Don discovers that he has Shellacne and it'll spread all over, turning him into a giant zit if something isn't done. So the turtles decide to commence an operation to hopefully find a centrifuge so they can create a cure. The turtles head to the remnants of the TCRI building in hopes of finding something. There's just one problem. Baxter Stockman is in possession of said centrifuge. To make it even worse, Dogpound shows up, and why he kidnaps Baxter Stockman is so that way he can be cured. Can the turtles be able to cure Mikey before he ends up turning into a giant mutated zit that'll explode? Yeah, it is a Mikey-centric episode, since what happens to him actually becomes part of the plot. It actually does become part of the plot because, well, this guy... Oh man, if there's anything I will say regarding Michelangelo is that this guy is just unpredictable. He truthfully is unpredictable, and what he does here ends up becoming the main focus. Mikey contracts Shellacne due to fiddling with some rejected retro mutagen. And the worst part about this is that Donnie pretty much warned him not to do that, but unfortunately Mikey is a complete idiot. Yeah, he's an idiot, but what can you do? Unfortunately, this ends up giving Mikey zits. Zits all over him, and as time goes on, you see the zits start to mutate and bulge out. Now, I, for one, don't like grotesque stuff, since SpongeBob has to do with some really... I'd rather not want to think about it. But point is, however, it's done here a lot more better than in SpongeBob, since at least it limits it only to Mikey itself, and the turtles actually work their butts off to hopefully finding a cure. Or rather finding what they need. Baxter Stockman's back, and he's still just as annoying as ever, complete with mousers. He still is not really much of a threat, and even though he has a smart intellect, the guy's a bit of a klutz. Which I can't understand why the turtles and even Dogpound have to call him names. Not that I have anything wrong with it. And speaking of which, Dogpound also gets a piece of the action. Why? Because he wants Baxter Stockman to cure him, and Zever too. Zever also wants to be returned to normal. But during a battle, Dogpound ends up getting ingested in the mutagen, or rather dunked into vat of mutagen. This in turn causes a secondary mutation, meaning that in other words, think of it like Pokemon. Bradford evolves into Dogpound, in this case, Dogpound evolves into Rahzar. Mikey ends up coming up with the name Rahzar, and Rahzar, by how he looks, wow, I feel that personally Rahzar's look is so much better. Not to mention, he's also more of a dangerous foe, since he's more faster, more agile, and he also has sharp claws, which makes him more deadly. Plus, he beats the turtles down in most of the episode. The only problem is that he's a bit careless, and that carelessness, while getting electrocuted, or rather getting shocked with electricity, doesn't help much. It really doesn't. But overall, I really did enjoy the episode. The episode was really good. It did have a premise that wasn't as grotesque, but it was kept simplified. Not to mention, Rahzar making its appearance made things better. Although I kind of prefer how he looked because, let's face it, he's going to be stuck with this look for the rest of the series until probably his unexpected passing in Tales of the TMNT during the Cavacus arc. Yeah, this is the form he's going to be stuck with throughout the entire series until the bitter end. Because I originally thought he would have been gone at the events of Requiem, but it turned out he actually does go for good during the Cavacus arc. Not that I blame him. There were some favorite moments, like Mikey being completely hilarious. He actually did kind of make me laugh most of the time. And seeing his reactions after finding out he's been infected and be stuck with Shellacne really shows. I mean, it started off with such a simple scream, and then there were some instances where it was just hilarious. The thought balloon that was behind him, showing an 8-bitness of Mikey trying to avoid being popped open like a zit. It's just, ugh. It's gross, but it's actually done hilarious. It was done really funny. Not to mention Don's explanation, which kind of makes Mikey fake. I still like his expressions no matter what, because Mikey is in fact one of the more funnier characters on the show. Not to mention, my another favorite moment I liked was Dogpound mutating into Rahzar. It was a quick and slow one, but when he came out of it, oh my god, he was a terrible threat. He was a serious threat, as a matter of fact, because seeing him beat the snot out of the turtles in that one moment really shows how dangerous he is. And saying it himself, he has now become a warrior again. And Rahzar is still a force that he is. The only thing missing would have been Tokka, but you guys know that Tokka doesn't appear until season 4 as a giant alien turtle. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Another weird thing about this Rahzar. You know Tokka and Rahzar, right? From the TMNT 2, The Secret of the Ooze? Well, yeah. Now we got one of them. We don't get the other till season 4. But for what it's worth, I really enjoyed it. The episode was great. I will leave my review in the description below, and I hope to hear from you guys. I will be continuing to do these episode reviews 2 episodes every Sunday, so that way you guys can hopefully hear my thoughts until I reach the end of Season 3. And Season 3 is going to be a field day, that's for sure. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode review. If you like it, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And for more reviews like these, be sure to subscribe. It really does help. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're sub, click on the bell so that way you'll be notified. And if you want to be more awesome, check out my Patreon. This is Mega Man NG signing off. Peace out. I will see you tonight with episode 6. Target April O'Neil. Booyakasha!